Now, get ready for the real fun. Now, finally, I'm introducing you to 5 ways of disagreeing with people. I mean, of course, you form and express your opinion, and part of it is to disagree with people. However, as we Asian students are not really trained to form a logical argument on the spot, we're also not trained to form a logical disagreement on the spot. This is how I'm going to fix it for you. Oh my god, this is gonna be so much fun. Remember, so far we've been practicing how to construct pyramids quickly and logically so that this main argument, this guy, will hold. Now, we're going to learn 5 ways to attack parts of the pyramid, like this guy, and that guy, so that the other person's logic pyramid looks like this. Yeah, I know, you did that so much to me. Okay, enough for traumatizing memories, and let's get to the first pattern of disagreement. In this case, let's use our Italian lunch proposal. You want to get your friends to try the Italian restaurant because it's delicious, cheap, and quiet. It's delicious because Eugene the foodie said so. It's cheap because you got a ladies coupon. It's quiet because it's a hole in the wall. But what if I argue against all of your points by saying, number one, Eugene the foodie actually has really bad taste. Number two, half of your friends are guys, so the coupon doesn't apply. And number three, due to the availability of coupon, the place will be packed. Because I attack the facts about your main evidences because they're not, well, factual. This type of disagreement is called that is not true. Simple enough, right? Okay, disagreement pattern number two. Suppose you're proposing your Italian lunch again, and instead of telling your friends that it's delicious, cheap, or quiet, you don't provide anything. If your friend asks why, you simply say, just because I want it. If somebody does that, you can disagree with them by saying, you provide no good reasoning to your argument. Well, I admit, sometimes among friends, just because I want it is powerful reason. But it's never a good idea in academic or business setting. Believe it or not, many people in Asia, especially those people in power or media, gets away with making statement without absolutely good reasoning. They would scream something like the government should do that, young people are dumb these days, or this policy is right, but oftentimes they don't provide any better reason than just because I think so. If you notice whoever making that kind of argument, here's what you should think. Really? But you offer no good reason. Oops, I digress a bit. Disagreement number three. Well, again, you're pushing your friends to come to eat Italian food with you, but what if your main points were something like these? Because it's Wednesday, because Italy is a beautiful country, and because eating lunch is good for you. Okay, I know it's absurd, but how to call this stupidity out? When somebody tells you that you should eat Italian because Italy is a beautiful country, you should tell them that's irrelevant. Whether the origin of food has a beautiful landscape has nothing to do with why we should consume that food. Seriously. I mean, England is well known for its beautiful landscape too. You know. To make another digression, in real life, people do make stupid arguments like this. One of the unpopular and silly opposition against gay marriage in the US was that people abroad will try to immigrate to the US through gay marriage with current US citizens. But that's totally irrelevant to whether same-sex couples should be able to marry because that type of immigration fraud happens all the time here with heterosexual couple anyways, and it's always the immigration office's job to prevent people from doing that. One of the Okay, moving on. Disagreement number four. I'm sure you're tired of this example by now, but suppose you want to go to this Italian restaurant really bad. that you say, number one, the utensils in the Italian restaurant are shiny. Number two, their coffee is the best. And number three, the place's artwork is pretty. Well, if you were this person's friend, you probably would think anything about food. To this type of person, you'll say, that's not important for the main argument. Unlike the irrelevant one, this argument at least talks about the benefit of visiting this restaurant, but just mentions nothing about food. I personally believe that lunch destinations should be determined based on food quality and cost. So, yeah, these are minor points that we should not take too seriously. In real life, we all have opinions towards many things in the world, but it's very crucial for us to have a bigger perspective sometimes. My opinion towards this issue could be this, but looking at the big picture, is it really important issue at all? And where's the big picture? Sometimes I remind myself to expand the horizon and think beyond the limit of what I'm unfamiliar with. But just give it a try. It's fun. Finally, the fifth pattern of disagreement. This one is really fun because let's go back to our usual example and the usual reasons. And suppose they're all true. You want to propose to your friends to try the restaurant because it serves good food, it's cheap, and it's quiet. But here's the problem. Are those three qualities what you and your friends really need? If they only have 30 minutes and want to grab and go, you don't even have time to enjoy the real good food, so that argument becomes weak. Similarly, if you guys just got a fat bonus or allowances that want to go to a gourmet lunch, then the place being cheap is less relevant. Finally, if your friends believe that the more packed place it is, the better it is, then your argument is not convincing. That is our very powerful disagreement number five. It depends. Everything depends, man. Everything. Even if everything is true, with good reasoning, important, and relevant, it still depends if the points can hold the main argument based on the context in which we're making the argument. So, I cannot emphasize enough the importance of thinking about what is the problem here. Do we want a quick lunch, nice lunch, or a long and fun lunch with friends? What's the argument about, or what's the focus here? Here we go. Now we know both how to form your opinion wisely and how to disagree with other people's opinions.